Hello, everybody. This is Zach, your friend and realtor in the Bay Area real estate market. I have another market update for you today. On the screen here, we have the updated inventory table as of June 1st, 2025. And also up here, I have the data from the end of April, April 30th, 2025. So we're going to look at the trends that occurred over the month of May, and we're going to try to get an idea of which way the market is heading. If you watch these videos on a regular basis, you'll know a month ago when I did an April recap that the market cooled off. Now, historically, within the past few years, April is a time when the market heats up. That wasn't the case this year. April cooled off. So now we're going to see what happened in May. We're going to see if the market continued to cool, if it stayed the same, or if it heat up during the month of May. So, real quick, if you're new here, if this is your first time watching, you can see I have some columns here. SFH, that stands for single family home. C/TH stands for condos and townhouses. Active, active, these are the properties that are currently for sale. So if you were to go to Zillow or Redfin or whatever website it is that you use, and you search for single family homes in, for example, Santa Clara County, you would get 1,271 results. Okay. Pending, these are homes that have not sold yet. They are properties that the sellers have accepted an offer from a prospective buyer. They're in contract right now, and within 30 days, 9 out of 10 times, those homes will be sold. Same thing for condos and townhouses as far as the active and pending columns go. Now, these ratio columns, these are my favorite columns. This is the active to pending ratio for single family homes. And this is the active to pending ratio for condos and townhouses. And then if it doesn't go without saying, this column here, these are all the counties that make up the Bay Area. So just real quick before we dive into things, I'll finish up the recap here on how to read the table. But this ratio column, you'll see I have different colors here. Now, you would think red means hot, blue means cold, and it kind of does in a way. But for example, you can see Santa Cruz County single family homes, 8.4 is red. This is by no means a hot market. So, one way to understand the red and blue numbers is this is going to indicate the change that occurred from the data that I have up above. So, for example, you look at Santa Clara County, single family homes back on April 30th had a ratio of 2.2. Now, as of a couple days ago, June 1st, we have a ratio of 2. So, when the ratio goes down, that ratio is heating up, hence why this color is red. And on the flip side, let's just go right down here. San Mateo County single family homes went from 2.4 to 2.7. That ratio went up, hence that market is cooling. So just remember that a low ratio means a hot seller's market. A high ratio means a cool buyer's market. Now, a balanced market is somewhere in like the 5 to 7 range. That would be kind of a balanced market. Anything below that is a seller's market. Anything above that is a buyer's market. The closer you get to zero, that is a red hot seller's market. Santa Clara County single family homes is and continues to be the hottest seller's market in the Bay Area. And right now, as it is, Santa Cruz County condos and townhouses, this is the coolest market in the Bay Area. So, like I said, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, that kind of explains how to read the table. But let's go ahead and without further ado, let's jump into the data that we have here and let's see what happened over the month of May. Well, as you can see, In the single family home active column, we had an increase in inventory across the board. So across all counties that make up the Bay Area, we had an increase in single family homes coming to market. Now, if we look at the pending column, we also had across the board an increase with the exception of San Mateo County. Actually, there's 6 less properties that are pending than there was back at the end of April. And so that doesn't surprise me that this is one of the markets that cooled off over the month of May. That's what happens when you have more properties come to the market. Essentially, you have 59 new sellers and 6 less buyers. That market's going to cool off. Same thing with San Mateo condos and townhouses. More inventory, more sellers, less buyers. That market has cooled off. So, leading the way for counties that brought active inventory would be Contra Costa County with an increase of 199, followed by Santa Cruz County with an increase of 84 units, followed by Alameda County, 65 units. Let's see here. Now, which counties, and that's just for single family homes. Staying on single family homes, which counties had the greatest increase in buyer activity? The counties with the strongest buyer appetite would be Alameda County, 119 increase, and Santa Clara County, 68. Now, one thing that I do want to touch on real quick is we cannot just say that because Alameda County had the most or had the largest increase in pending units would make them the hottest market. No, we have to look at the ratio, the active to pending ratio as a whole. So, as I said before, Santa Clara County is the hottest market in the Bay Area, followed by Alameda County single family homes. Let's see, what else do we want to look at? So, Santa Clara County, both single family homes and condos and townhouses heat up during the month of May. Guys, this is kind of interesting. San Mateo County, both single family homes and condos and townhouses cooled off over the month of May. If you think you have an idea why that happened, what occurred there, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. And while we're talking about San Mateo County condos and townhouses, guys, there's a ratio of 6.7. San Mateo County condos and townhouses is absolutely a buyer's market right now. This is kind of shocking. I mean, a year ago, the ratio in this column would have been half this, maybe less than half this. San Mateo County condos and townhouses is usually a pretty hot market. It's a buyer's market right now. Do I think it would be a good time to buy in San Mateo County? Absolutely. I have never seen the ratio this cool for a condo townhouse in San Mateo County. All right, going down to Santa Cruz County, single family homes heat up, condos and townhouses cooled off. Santa Cruz County condos and townhouses, that's the coolest market in the Bay Area. This is absolutely a buyer's market. If you're a property owner considering selling your condo in Santa Cruz County, if you can wait, I would recommend waiting because otherwise you're going to expect very long days on market. We're talking months. You're probably going to have to list it for much lower than what you think it's worth. And you most likely are not going to have multiple offers if you're lucky enough to even get an offer. So just keep that information in mind if you're a property owner in Santa Cruz County. San Francisco County, single family homes are doing pretty strong with a ratio of 2.5, but that's very favorable to sellers. San Francisco County condos and townhouses on the flip side, that's in a cool market, that's in a buyer's market. Pretty big gap there between the demand for a single family home and a condo in San Francisco County. Again, if you guys think you know why that is, feel free to chime in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about that. Alameda County, a very hot market during the month of May. Single family homes, 2.1. This is the second hottest market in the Bay Area. Condos and townhouses, still a seller's market. They did heat up over the month of May with a ratio of 4.2. Contra Costa County, also a pretty hot market, ratio of 2.6. Granted, this market did cool off during the month of May, but however, it is definitely still in seller's market in a hot market with a ratio of 2.6. And then Contra Costa County, condos and townhouses, also a hot seller's market with a ratio of 2.7. So let me know what you guys think. April was a April was a month that cooled off. So historically, in past years, in recent past years, April is a pretty hot month for the Bay Area real estate market. However, this past April, we cannot say that. Actually, the market cooled off during the month of April. I would say that during the month of May, overall, the Bay Area real estate market heat up during the month of May. And I am comfortable saying that because if you look at the ratio columns here, about 2/3 of the markets in the Bay Area heat up and about 1/3 cooled off. So I would say, yeah, during the month of May, the Bay Area real estate market overall heat up. So that's about it for the market update today, guys. If you have any comments about anything I mentioned, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you have any questions, if you're curious about micro markets, for example, let's say you have a place you want to sell in Cupertino, or let's say you want to buy a place in Sunnyvale. If you want to know what the market looks like, what the micro market looks like in those specific areas, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to share that information with you. If you go to the About section on my YouTube, you'll find my phone number, my email, my Instagram handle. Feel free to reach out whichever way you're most comfortable with. And yeah, guys, that's about it for the update today. Like I said, I do these videos on a weekly basis where usually we just look at the trends that occur week to week. But at the beginning of every month, I'll do a video like this where we can kind of step back a little bit and see what trends are happening on a monthly basis instead of just week to week. So anyways, if you thought the video was helpful, if you found it insightful, please hit the like button. If you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell real estate in the Bay Area, please share this video with them. One last announcement before I go. I mentioned this on the video last week. I will be doing a community outreach event. It's going to be a free boba milk tea event in the middle of June. Actually, I think I'm looking at the weekend of June. Pardon me for a second. I'm going to look at my phone here. I think we're going to shoot for Saturday, June 21st. I'm not 100% on the location yet. It may be the same location that I hosted the event last year. This is actually the second annual boba milk tea event that I'm doing. So stay tuned. Please, if you're interested in getting a free boba milk tea, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I think in the video that I do next week, I will be sharing the location that this event is going to happen. Also, make sure to subscribe if you want to see these videos on a weekly basis and just be able to track where the Bay Area real estate market is heading. So these are my this is my thoughts. This is my analysis of the Bay Area real estate market. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. And until next time, have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you with the next one. Bye. Take care.